Hello everyone, my name is Carlos. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, and today I want to talk to you about how to improve your workstation. You may be a student taking online classes or virtual classes, or you can just be an adult going from the corporate world to a home setting. Um, a lot of people are struggling with the setup of the computer, and hopefully I can give you some simple tips that you can minimize any future aches and pains. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is what we should stay away from, what not to do. Okay, so let me take this and take you over to an area that I have designated to talk to you about what not to do. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's start by teaching you a few things right in there. So we have two situations here. We have a normal office chair like this. So the one thing that you should stay away from is sitting at the edge of the chair. Okay, your back can be straight, but this places a lot of compression on your spine. Okay, so you want, whenever you sit on the chair, you want to sit all the way through, leaving a few inches off from the edge of the chair. Okay, here you want to have a good lumbar support. Okay, and the one thing that you should stay away is this. If you have a laptop like this, you just want to, even though the arms are good placement and the wrists are straight, this is an improper setting. Why? Because the monitor is not eye level. You really want, in order to have a good workstation, the center of the computer, the monitor, has to be level to the eye. Okay, so basically this has to be raised up like this. Okay, so a good stand here, and then the problem comes, what about the keyboard? You don't want to start typing like this. So in this case, you just buy an extension, get a different keyboard. So having the monitor like this, you can have a different keyboard and start typing like this. This will be an ideal setup. Okay, so if you have a laptop, you know that you need to have a different keyboard. Now, don't slouch like this, even though most people do. I do it on occasions, but once I catch myself, I fix it. Everybody's human and everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. So if you're like me and all of a sudden you're working a lot on the computer, documenting or doing your work, you tend to change a little bit. If that's the case, fix it as soon as possible. Don't spend more than 5 minutes like that, because it's not good for your body and for your spine. What else is good to tell you? Another situation that for those students that cannot tolerate sitting too much, usually people go and not to do the work in the bed. Okay, so doing the work on the bed is not the best. It's not good for the spine, and even though you prevent from looking down like this, you actually cause the opposite effect. You have a hyperextension injury by looking up and applying too much stress on your suboccipitals. So try not to do it like this. Laying in bed like this. Okay, this will be another no to do on your workstation, and whenever you do schoolwork or even employment, if you work, don't be tapping like this. You, besides putting stress on your neck, on the upper portion of the neck, you also has a lot of problems on the elbows, inflammation, and that is called student's elbow. Okay, students, why? Because most students like this position. Putting too much pressure on the elbow causes the bursa to get inflamed and develop a big bulge. Okay, it's full of fluid. So basically stay away from that if you want to stay away from student's elbow syndrome. Okay, so those are the things that you need to stay away in a workstation. You always want to improve posture, the monitor at eye level, good back posture. You don't want to exaggerate the motion. You don't want to curve like this. You just want to have a normal posture. If you get tired because your core is not strong enough to hold yourself, just stand up, walk a little bit around, ask the teacher to give you that a few minutes, and then come back and sit down on the chair. Not crooked like I am. You want to be straight, okay? Always like this. And a chair that swivels is better than one that is stationary. Okay, so those are other things that you need to be watching out for. So now that we know a few no-nos, let's go and see what we can do to improve a good workstation. Okay, so let me take you over to another spot. So on this, you want to have again a nice office chair. You sit all the way to the back. If you want to improve, your curve on the back, on the low back, you want to grab a towel. Any towel is good. You just fold it in half. Again, fold it, roll it. How much roll, it depends on how much comfort you want to have. So you can always roll it and see if you want more or you want less. You place this towel just on the belt line, okay? Not below, not higher, just where it lands your belt. Either females or guys. Females have it a little lower, guys usually have it a little bit higher. So to make it easier, just on the belt line, you place it there, and that will give you a good arch support, okay? So here in the office, I really prefer to have my knees a little bit higher than the hips. It takes away some of the stresses over a period of time, especially if you sit more than 1 hour. I do that by using this half roll, okay? So you have basically a half roll. It's a good height in order to give you that support that you need in order to have your knees a little bit higher than the hips. So again, you sit all the way, you sit straight with that lumbar support on your back, feet on the foam roll, and you want to use a workstation. Usually elbows are 90 degrees. Right now mine are not perfect at 90 degrees. They're a little bit less than that, but it's decent, okay, decent enough. So I can reach my keyboard, and the wrists are almost flat, straight, which is good indication for me to type away. As you can see, my keyboard is below, my monitor, my eyes are right at the center of the monitor, my eyes. So this is a really good, proper position to have your workstation if you use one monitor, okay? If you have two monitors, then they have to be centered and split at 45-degree angle. That way you can just turn your head like this. Your mouse is right here. You can always play with it if you use a mouse. And that's about it on this setup. So remember, your knees a little bit higher than the hips, maybe 5 degrees. And then a good lumbar support if your chair is flat or kind of curved in this position. You just want to add more cushion on that. You want to roll the towel a little bit thicker. That way can place you in this upright posture. And then the monitor, the elbow, maybe 90 degrees or a little bit less. That way you can type away, okay? Now, let me show you, for those that have a standing or one of those workstations that you can sit and stand, let's go and talk about standing. Let me take you over to this spot. And as you can see, I have a standing workstation there on the corner. On this, the biggest thing again is to have your eyesight right at the center of the monitor. Okay, you don't want to go less than that, because that places your neck in a flex position, in a bent position, and that causes strain and headaches. So if you want to stay away from headaches and strain on your neck or developing aggravation of pain, if you're dealing with pain right now, you just want to keep your eyesight right at the center of the monitor, okay? The other thing is, this workstation is not the best because right now I don't have a second keyboard, okay? I'm using this. I don't spend a lot of time on this setup. I don't spend more than 15 minutes documenting. So with this, if I'm going to spend more than 1 hour, I want to have a second keyboard here. So I will have like an attachment in order to have a keyboard right in here, and this will be ideal for me, okay? You don't want to go like this, shift your pelvis to one side, you don't want to shift to the other side. What you can do is keep both knees straight, back straight, don't hyperextend like this, or don't slouch in this position. You just want to relax those shoulders, look straight ahead, and type away like this, okay? Try not to go like this, reach forward, that shifts the whole pelvis, and it can aggravate some either hip or back problems. So you just want to keep, again, feet shoulder width apart, back straight, looking straight ahead, and typing. In this case, myself, this is the way I do it. But if you want to improve this, get a second, an attachment and a second keyboard, and you can always type in this distance at 90 degrees at the elbow, okay? 90 degrees is this, 2, okay? So hopefully these tips will help you improve your workstation and then have less aches and strains on your body, on your spine and the elbows, okay? So thank you. I hope that you enjoy this, those tips, and good luck to you. If you have any aches and pains and aggravation of symptoms, either your back, your hips, the ankles, anywhere on your body, if you're here in San Antonio, please visit us. You can connect with us via social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and then I will get in touch with you. Thank you so much.